Desmond Mpilo Tutu was born on October 7, 1931, in Klerksdorp, Transvaal, South Africa. He strongly opposed apartheid in South Africa and received the Nobel Peace Prize in 1984 for his efforts. During South Africa's move towards democracy, Tutu played a significant role in promoting forgiveness and reconciliation. He is highly respected as the moral conscience of South Africa and often speaks out on issues of justice and peace. Tutu was born in Klerksdorp, Transvaal, South Africa, on October 7, 1931. After finishing school, he went to Pretoria Bantu Normal College in 1951. But in 1953, when the Apartheid Bantu Education Act was passed, Tutu was upset about the limited opportunities it gave to black South Africans. So, he left his teaching job in protest. He continued his studies, focusing on theology. During this time, in 1955, he got married to Normalizo Leah Shenexane, and they had 4 children together. Then, in 1961, Tutu became an Anglican priest, starting his journey of serving his faith and fighting for justice and equality. In 1962, he went to England and studied at King's College London, where he got a master's degree in theology. He also worked part-time as a curate at St. Albans and Golders Green, serving their communities. In 1967, he came back to South Africa and got more and more involved in the fight against apartheid. He was inspired by people like Bishop Trevor Huddleston, who was also an Anglican leader. Because of his strong Christian beliefs and what he learned from the Gospels, Tutu felt a strong urge to take a stand and speak up against injustice. In 1975, he was appointed as the Dean of St. Mary's Cathedral in Johannesburg, becoming the first black person to hold that position. From 1976 to 1978, he served as the Bishop of Lesotho, and in 1978, he made history once more by becoming the first black General Secretary of the South African Council of Churches. His journey was filled with significant achievements and breakthroughs for his community and country. In 1976, there were growing protests by black South Africans against apartheid, especially in Soweto. Desmond Tutu, a respected clergyman, used his influence to strongly speak out against apartheid, often comparing it to fascist regimes. His words carried a lot of weight and provided hope during those difficult times. His strong criticism got him into trouble, and he was briefly put in jail in 1980. They even took away his passport twice. But because of his important role in the church, the government didn't want to turn him into a martyr. This gave Desmond Tutu more chances to criticize the government compared to many others in the During South Africa's turbulent shift away from apartheid and towards democracy, Tutu played a crucial role in promoting unity among people of all races. He encouraged his fellow South Africans to look beyond their racial differences and come together as one nation. In the time after apartheid ended, Desmond Tutu is remembered for coming up with the term, Rainbow Nation. It symbolizes the desire to bring all South Africans together and move past their past differences. Today, this phrase is widely used to describe the diverse ethnic makeup of South Africa. Tutu has often stressed the importance of reconciliation and forgiveness. He believes that genuine justice isn't just about punishing people but also about helping them move forward. He explained this concept by saying, there are different types of justice. Western justice is often focused on punishment, while the African view is more about restoring balance and making things right, rather than just penalizing. Desmond Tutu openly expressed his disapproval of George Bush and Tony Blair's decision to start the Iraq War. He criticized the focus on Iraq, claiming they had weapons they actually didn't, while many other countries had more dangerous weapons. He also raised concerns about America's war on terror, especially pointing out human rights violations in places like Guantanamo Bay. His strong dedication to justice and human rights was evident in his critical comments. Desmond Tutu has been vocal about his concerns regarding Israel's actions in Palestine and the influence of the US-Israeli lobby, which doesn't tolerate criticism of Israel. He also took part in investigations into the Israeli bombings in Beit Hanoun in November 2006. During this mission, he strongly criticized the Gaza blockade, comparing Israel's behavior to the military junta in Burma. In the 2008-2009 Gaza war, Tutu labeled the Israeli offensive as war crimes. Additionally, Tutu has shown his commitment to addressing climate change, recognizing it as one of humanity's most significant challenges. Desmond Tutu has played a leading role in the fight against the AIDS virus, especially in South Africa, where the government has sometimes been hesitant to act. He strongly believes in equal treatment for all. Additionally, Tutu has an open-minded attitude towards homosexuality. He is disappointed by the lengthy discussions on this topic within the church and firmly believes there should be no discrimination against people who are homosexual. Tutu made history as the first black South African Anglican Archbishop of Cape Town. He received several prestigious awards, including the Gandhi Peace Prize in 2007, the Albert Schweitzer Prize for Humanitarianism, and the Makubla Prize for Liberty in 1986. After Nelson Mandela's passing, Tutu became critical of the leadership of the young, feeling they missed chances to leave a better legacy and alleviate poverty in black townships. Tutu also supports the Forgiveness Project, a UK charity that aims to resolve conflicts and stop revenge cycles. Tutu is a dedicated Christian, and he begins each day with a time of peaceful reflection, a morning walk, and reading from the Bible. Even on the significant day of the 27th of April 1994, when black South Africans were voting for the first time, Tutu stuck to his daily routine. He mentioned, "As always, I woke up early for some quiet time before my morning walk, followed by prayers and attending the Eucharist." Tutu believes in bringing people from different faiths together. He greatly respects religious leaders like the Dalai Lama and thinks that a person's specific religion isn't the most important thing. Bringing people together is what I call Ubuntu, which means, I exist because we exist. Many times, people see themselves as separate from others, but the reality is that we are all connected, and what we do impacts the entire world. When you do good, it spreads and benefits all of humanity. Desmond Tutu passed away in December 2021 while receiving treatment for cancer in Cape Town, South Africa. His message of unity and kindness still inspires us. He showed incredible bravery by opposing apartheid, even when it meant going to jail and facing threats to his life. His courage teaches us the importance of standing up for what's right, even in tough times. Tutu's strong belief in justice and human rights reminds us to fight for fairness, equality, and the dignity of all people, no matter where they come from. In the post-apartheid era, Tutu focused on reconciliation and forgiveness instead of seeking revenge. His work shows us how forgiveness can heal and help build a more peaceful society, even after difficult times. Tutu's support for interfaith dialogue and his belief that religion should bring people together highlight the need to respect and understand different faiths. His idea of Ubuntu tells us that we're all connected, and our actions affect the world. It emphasizes the importance of being kind, compassionate, and responsible to others. Tutu's life story teaches us the value of not giving up when faced with long-lasting challenges. His determination to fight for justice and equality shows us the power of persistence. Desmond Tutu leaves behind a legacy of hope. His ability to inspire positive change, even in tough situations, is a guiding light for future generations. In essence, his life story reminds us that one person can make a big difference by standing up for justice, embracing diversity, and working for a fair and compassionate world.